come on here every other day or so to talk about the latest product warnings, safety alerts, and canned or processed food recalls. But almost every single day, I get messages from well-meaning people saying, Pam, I don't eat that boxed or processed stuff. I only buy real, whole, fresh foods, so my family is safe. Today, we need to have a very, very serious, honest conversation about why raw, fresh produce can actually be one of the most dangerous things in your kitchen. And the real truth behind why I am on this mission every single day. Now, I want you to look at what happened to a young man who calls himself David.
Greetings. My name is Magnanimus, aka David. I call myself David because not only am I fighting the greatest battle of my life, the Goliath, stage 5 kidney disease, but I'm also fighting the biggest company on the planet, Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon. And I went to Whole Foods 3 years ago, bought a spinach salad. The spinach salad was laced with Campylobacter.
A spinach salad from Whole Foods, owned by Amazon. It doesn't get any more real food or high-end grocery than that, does it? But David contracted a bacteria called Campylobacter. Now, most people think a foodborne bacteria just gives you a bad stomach bug for a couple of days. But Campylobacter is incredibly dangerous. It can cause severe abdominal cramping, cause fever, and bloody diarrhea. But in rare, severe cases like David, it goes completely systemic. It triggers what his doctors called acute kidney damage. That's when the bacteria attacks the organs. It causes the kidneys to rapidly shut down. He didn't eat processed chemicals. He ate raw spinach leaves. And I want you to hear exactly where his health stands today, May 2026, because of it.
Here I am 3 years later with a catheter in my chest. I had to do dialysis 4 hours a day for 3 weeks, or for 3 days, I'm sorry. And 3 years later, Whole Foods offered me $10,000. My kidney function was 15 when I got out the hospital 3 years later. Now it's at 4. Whole Foods have decided to offer me $10,000 and not to help me get back on my feet and rectify this issue.
4% kidney function. 4%. A catheter in his chest doing dialysis. 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, all from a raw spinach salad? And a multi-billion-dollar corporate giant offers him $10,000 to go away? How does bacteria get on spinach anyway? Well, it's grown in the ground. It happens through agricultural runoff, contaminated irrigation water, or wild animals entering the fields. And when bacteria like Campylobacter or E. coli gets onto leafy greens, washing it at home doesn't always fix it. The bacteria can actually hide inside the microscopic pores of the leaves. And this is why I grow the food that I do only in containers. And it's also exactly why I do what I do. It's not about these plaques on the wall behind me. It's not about the accolades. It is about the fact that everyday people are walking into grocery stores, buying what they think is a healthy meal for their family, and ending up fighting for their lives against corporate giants. Now, I'm just one person sitting here talking into a camera. I am the boots on the ground to do the research, but I cannot protect our community alone. I'll be honest with you. So very many of our safety videos get hundreds of thousands of views. But I look at the data and I know that the vast majority of you watching right now aren't even subscribed. If you just watch and move on, you miss the next urgent notification. You won't be on top of the next urgent recall to protect your kitchen or warn your loved ones. I don't talk about subscribing because I'm looking for higher numbers. I got 4 channels and high numbers. That doesn't matter to me. I talk about it because it is the only way this mechanism works to save lives. It is a force multiplier. Think about it this way. If you subscribe, you get the alerts instantly when a serious alert pops up. But if our village of subscribers takes that video and shares it with just 5 people they know, and those 5 people share it with their families, suddenly one single warning that I post reaches 5 million or tens of millions of people. That's millions of people who might throw out the contaminated food before it ends up on their families or their kids' plates. We have to be each other's line of defense, our first line of defense. David explicitly asked for people to share his story to bring awareness. I want you to go over there and support him. I am putting the link to his original video at the very top of my description box. If you want to be a part of this defense,